Hey guys, this is Joe Metalone, and today we're taking a look at Ender. Right here on their website, Ender Jitsu, it states that it is the no library library. One thing that it also states on their website is that it is not a jQuery replacement. I'm going to tell you up front, for me, it's jQuery replacement. If we jump to the source, and then, let's get that to load up, and we go to the Ender GitHub project right here, and then to the wiki, what we can get to is this package list. So Ender has all these different packages, and there are various JavaScript packages. A handful of them are actually written by the author, or one of the authors of Ender, but there's lots in here, different types of utilities, and selector engines, and plugins, and so on. And what Ender does is it takes all these loosely coupled modules, I think is the term they use, and they combine it into a single library with a common syntax. So although Bean might have a different syntax than DOM-ready, when they get compiled by, or packaged or bundled by Ender, they have a common syntax, and that syntax looks just like jQuery. So what we're going to do is take a look here. We had this Bower demo that we did a little while back, and I'm going to create a new item in there, and that's going to be a file. And we'll load that up in our text editor. So what you can see here is, so I created an index.html file. I'm going to go ahead and mark that up really quick. Ender. And one of the components we have here is jQuery. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that in. Copy that. And drop that in right here. And I'm just going to build up a quick little bit of just a quick HTML page with some jQuery. So let's say we're going to have a button here. We're actually going to give that an ID of btn, and yeah, that'll do. So now let's manipulate that a little with some jQuery. And alright, so there's basically our shorthand for document.ready. And what we're going to say is document dot on not con click, and that's going to be on the button. So we're doing a little selector work here, and then of course our event, and we're going to prevent default on that, and we're just going to say clicked. So basically there's going to be a button on the page, and when you click on it, after jQuery is loaded, when you click on it, we're going to get an alert that says clicked. So let's go ahead and try that out. We got a button here, and we get an alert that says clicked. Okay, simple enough. Now, let's take a look really quick at what we're dealing with here. So cd components, cd jQuery, and let's look at that really quick. So, jQuery, whoops, let's do that again. jQuery min right here is coming in at a little over 92 kilobytes, almost 93 kilobytes. With Ender, what we can do is, and at least this is how I use Ender, I can look at this and say, well, obviously I'm using a document.ready. That's what this wrapping function is. I can see I'm doing some events here, so I've got a click event, and I can see that I need some sort of selector engine to be able to select that button with that syntax. In the Ender package list, I can see DOM-ready, Bean is events, DOM-ready is a document.ready kind of thing. It makes sure the DOM is ready. And then I can see a handful of selector engines here, one of them being query. What I can do is jump into Ender, and let me just back out of this, back out of that. And so the command for that is Ender build. And then you just tell it what you want to build. So in this case, I'm going to say I want DOM-ready, I want Bean, and I want query. And those are gonna handle all the things that I just did with jQuery. This is all I need. I need a document ready module. I need an events handler, and I need a CSS selector. So now what I can do with these packages, and you can see that's showing me the 3 packages I have installed, and it's also showing me the raw size and the minified size and the gzip size, but you can already see the minified size is 72 kilobytes smaller than the jQuery that I had in place to begin with. So this, I mean, if this is replaceable or interchangeable, this is going to save me 72 kilobytes coming down that wire. My application is going to load up a lot quicker. So what I can see here is Ender actually built out two files, one just called ender.js, and that is uncompressed, all the comments and everything, and there's an ender.min, and that's compressed, it's got some comments, so I know each and every package that I have in there, and I can just copy that as a tag script and drop it in place here. Let's drop that right there, shorten this up a little, and basically just get rid of jQuery. So now, if I go back here and run this, I get the exact same functionality for 72 kilobytes less. So here's our Ender. If we ever want to bring up what we have installed, we can check the Ender info, just pass it info, and we're going to get that. And then let's just say for some reason this CSS engine isn't working for me. So here's or the selector engine. So here's some additional ones, and here's Sizzle, which is the same one that jQuery uses. What I can do is say Ender remove query. Goodbye query. It's going to rebuild that, so everything's been rebuilt. I no longer have a selector engine though, and now what I can say is Ender add Sizzle. And so that's basically I'm replacing a module that maybe I didn't need or wasn't quite doing what I needed it to do, or maybe it wasn't being supported anymore. And I dropped in a new one, Sizzle. It did increase my size a little bit, so Sizzle's a little bigger than Query, but for all intents and purposes, does the exact same thing. So I'm good to go. I didn't have to update anything, and I saved a ton of bits going over those pipes. So there you go. That's Ender, the no library, and personally my replacement for not just jQuery, a lot of libraries sometimes. You can do a lot here, so I hope you enjoyed it.